What's up with y'all? It's King Rip. You feel me? Hey, you know, I wanted to mention a vision. You feel me? So, in this vision, it had something to do with what one of your sisters just brought up, right? So, I think I have. You feel me? But just off the back right now, like, just because I said I was gonna mention it, I'm gonna just mention it again. You feel me? So, in this vision, right? The it was around the time of after if I haven't done everything right that I already did. So beforehand, years ago, if I wouldn't have did everything that I did, it would have been a time where okay, I'm in that red Ferrari again. So I'm linked up. I'm obviously not on parole, and it's around the time of traveling. So I get in the thing, and I'm backing up, and I'm all through like just wilding. You know what I mean? I just all through backyards and just like, you feel me? Like just stupid. The obvious, like, nah, this is I'm not gonna do this. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, I was picking up my bros. You feel me? Like my bros. So we all in there, and we just gone in the wind, right? And from that it hits to the freeway. So the freeway, it turns into a different type of vehicle. Do you get what I mean? It's like a different type of vehicle. I'll just say it like that, right? So, and here, I'll give you the deets. So it was a white van, like one of them painter vans type of thing. You feel me? So the Ferrari was a red one. So you can do your thing with the colors and the spiritual meaning for them. So as I'm riding, this time I'm with one of my bros, right? So around the time that traveling, leaving California, there's the resurrection happening, right? So there's the resurrection, and then at the same time that the resurrection is happening, you also have and I'm gonna word it right, not saying that y'all are going from your own understanding on what y'all understand it as it is right now. You feel me? Like, for y'all, you feel me? But I'm gonna give it to you how I understand it because of what it is. You feel me? So there's the resurrection happening, right? So everybody that was passed away, babies, everybody just rising up, right? So then you had at the same time you had a lot of planes coming down. So the planes were coming down. A lot of stuff was happening, right? And then you had Leviathan, the sign of that too. So I looked, and mind you, I was on the freeway. All on this side, all on that side was, fields. You feel me? So, but when I looked to my left, now it was the sea, showing me the sea. And then, the import export, like the crates. So those things, like a big hand came out, boom, and was just throwing it to the land, boom, boom. Like it was basically a mass destruction type of thing. Now this happened like multiple times, but it was like a wake up, like, look, you have to move a certain way, you have to do this, it has to be authentic, this has to happen. So it was basically present, past, and future, because I'm present, past, and future. So I'm balanced in between multiple realms, right? So basically it was preparing, like, look, this is what'll happen if this happened. Like, how can I compare it? It's like, all right, the end game or the end war or something like that, right? With Marvels. So you remember when Doctor Strange, he kept on letting it be known, like, look, we got this many times to get Phantos, and we only got they said, how many times do we fail? He said this many times, and it was like in the millions or something like that. And then they said, how many times do we actually get them? And he said one shot. You feel me? So similar to that, right? But not as far as with the numbers and stuff like that, but just like as far as present, past, and future type of thing, right? So it was preparing me. So when I get out, because this was happening on the inside too, right? So when I get out, I'll be well prepared, right? And then once I pass one level, because y'all notice with visions and dreams, once you pass one level, it'll go to the next level, and go to the next level, and the next level, and the next level, until you already got to, every step of the way type of thing, right? Guidance. You understand? Like, so the next level, once everything was what it was, and once everything is what it was, you feel me? Like, and doing this thing, I went to the next level. So there was another one to where I ended up getting out. It was around a lot of nurses, you feel me? Like, so I ended up getting out and I left. But the way I left, it was like, okay, I got released, but it felt like I was just running. Like, I got out and I was just gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I ended up by a park, and I ended up getting into a lowrider, right? So it was like a cutlass, right? So I pull out, and then these dudes were all panicking. They were panicking, right? Me, I wasn't panicking. You feel me? Like, I wasn't panicking. I was strapped up. I was relaxing. You feel me? I was swinging. I was relaxing. It was all right, whatever, right? So I pull over to give them a ride to help them out because they sitting back panicking, right? Ah, man, they're gonna kill us. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that, right? And I'm noticing their dress code is off. And the whole time they're in the vehicle with me, I'm chill. I'm relaxing. You feel me? And they're constantly panicking, trying to cause panic, but it was their own panic. So while they were trying to make it seem like it was my panic, they were actually showing it was their panic. They were the only ones panicking, right? I was just like one of those nonchalants type, like, dude, this don't got nothing to do with me. I gave you a ride. So I got to that point where I was like, man, you know what? I'm finna get these dudes out of the car before I have to off these dudes. You feel me? Like, but I didn't want them in the car no more, right? So I went all the way up. Now, mind you, I went all the way up to, it was like a greenish area, and then there was no more road. That was the end of the road. You feel me? With those individuals. So the vehicle started moving up. I noticed there was a lot of trees, a lot of bushes and stuff like that, right? So I turned around. I was like, they was like, they're gonna do this to us. They're gonna do that to us, right? So I turn around, and then I'm pushing on the pedal to get back. Now, mind you, I was headed out of California. The only I'll interpret everything later, right? Bring it to y'all. So I get back, and then they started disappearing out of the from that ride. They was disappearing, you know what I mean? And then I noticed them dudes is gone. It was only 3 of them, but mind you, 3 has a significant number, right? It has a meaning. Y'all know 3 means completion, right? So they was gone. That was that. You know what I mean? And I'm riding, and instead of me turning back and going back this way, because I was headed, the same direction anyway, it was more of me taking them with me out of their environment, right? Because they were scary. Somebody was after them. Somebody was killing them. You feel me? So it is what it is. But they got them in the car, and they disappeared. So obviously, it was they was running from me. Do you get what I mean? But at the same time, trying to be around me. Do you get what I mean? And constantly panic. So they ended up dying. That's a true story. You feel me? But you already know that. But I ended up the first gate leaving out of that state is shut. Boom. I bust through, boom, boom, and I speed up. You feel me? Now I'm being warned. You know what I mean? Like, this was years ago. Like, now I'm being warned. Like, look, when this time comes, don't rush. Don't panic. Don't rush. Like, this don't have nothing to do with you. You feel me? Then I went through another gate. Boom. Which was another state, right? Then the third gate, which landed me back in the same spot where I'm at now. You feel me? But like I said, I did everything that I needed to do, so it really don't have no meaning because I already changed the course of everything. Everything's good now. Everything's better. You feel me? So for everybody. You feel me? So the third gate after that, then I seen the hellhounds. You feel me? And it was basically, I heard the Father's voice, and he was telling me like, look, this is gonna be this for all eternity of this. And I'm looking like, okay, but it needed to sink in. So what was allowed was that I got bit in my leg. So by the time I woke up out of that, that's what woke me up, because I was killing the hellhounds, and they kept coming back up. So I knew, okay, this is spiritual. This is spiritual. Then it's also known that I cannot die. This is not gonna happen. You feel me? But I need to wake up. So this big hellhound latched onto my thigh from the outer and the inner, and bit down. And I woke up and I felt it in my leg. Like, okay. And I took it serious. I was just sitting there, just pondering it. Now fast forward to the present. By the time this vacation starts, the process starts, you got the resurrection happening too. Do you get what I mean? You also have the downfall of the wicked, because it is written. You know what I mean? One will be taken, the other one will be left. And if it also says that the wicked will be raced out of the land, purged out of the land, the righteous and the meek will inherit the earth. Understand, there's no rapture. That's just a figure of speech. But when you get into something that's consistently said through the book, you feel me, through the Bible, you're going to understand it's talking about treason. It mentions us suing, it mentions a lot of stuff, but it's talking about treason. Somebody's going to be taken away, and then somebody's going to be left. Do you get what I mean? Because it also mentions our vacation. Now, I'm going to tell you flat out like this. They're being taken for treason, for betraying our country. They're being taken. When you look at the news and you're seeing how they're being snatched up, it's because they were a group of crimees that was doing what they were doing against the righteous and the meek. That's scripture. You feel me? That's over, because I done did something that's gonna come out in court anyway. But everybody already knows. You feel me? But it also brings out your story. You feel me? And when it brings out your story, oh, y'all finna really, really be on it, but it's finna be so properly done that nobody's finna be out of order with it. You feel me? So that's that vision, right? So there's not gonna be, that destruction and all that other stuff, because I didn't turn back. I kept doing what I needed to do. Like I told you, on my bloodline, who I am, everything like that, right? So I did what I needed to do. So that protected everything. There's not going to be nothing coming out of the ocean, the sea, and everything like that. If anything is, you know what I mean, that's for me to deal with. And I'm going to deal with that. So that's nothing, because I'm already written as the only one who knows how to tickle Leviathan, and who also knows how to get rid of him, because nobody else can do that. Do you get what I mean? So there's nothing that's going to get in the way to stop the second Exodus, because Isaiah chapter 11 has to happen, because that's going to bring world peace. So I don't want y'all to get it twisted about, what the rapture is and what it ain't. Because if it said the dead is going to rise, if the dead is going to rise, the 1,000 years haven't started yet, because the second Exodus haven't took place. I'm not seated on the seat. The queens are not there. We didn't even throw the ball, because the place has to be rebuilt. The castle has to be rebuilt. The cities of David has to be rebuilt. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we got Isaiah chapter 4 as well. So the group that's being taken, do you get what I mean, is the group what is speaking of in Isaiah chapter 3. Do you get what I mean? Specifically, and chapter 3 a lot. Do you get what I mean? How they suffer and everything because of their own greed. You feel me? So that's different. Even though y'all already know the story about that. Y'all already know. But one of y'all sisters put it out there that she had a vision. So I said I text back, you feel me, on social. I text back and let her know, like, look, I'm finna do a vision about it and I'm finna explain it. You get what I'm saying? That way she knows the difference. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to mislead y'all. I don't want y'all being misled. I don't even want nobody lying to y'all or y'all kids. And since we all have a mother, that means don't lie. You feel me? So anyway, then you had the other vision with me leaving, getting out and going, right? So that's when I was leaving and I went out of state to Washington. You feel me? I already went back east, but I'm talking about when the part when I went out to Washington. You feel me? That's why it had all those trees, and that's why it had those three nasty undressed that was panicking. And if y'all notice from that step 1 that was happening out here, step 2 that happened over there, this is step 3 for the ones that hid from their crimes that all died. And they hid, still trying to instigate. They hid, still trying to be treason. They hid until they couldn't hide no more because they was never hiding. You're in a country that has so maximum of security that is stupid. And then they hid behind badges. They hid behind all types of mediocre stuff that they link to each other because they cannot operate on nothing but a phone, on a Wi-Fi connected to a phone and all this other stuff. They need data. You feel me? So it's easy to wrap them up. And then the whole time during the pandemic, they thought they was being secret. They was just under an investigation. So we know how they talk. We know where they is. We know what they've been doing. Do you get what I mean? So that's the group that's being snatched up and taken. Everybody else is being left alone. Do you get what I mean? Even now, when you see our everybody, what they're talking about stuff that's similarities to council culture. Do you get what I mean? Nobody else. But if you get it from the gates, if I would have left out there like fast, the gates was already stopping me. So I knew don't come back until it's time to come back. Because I wasn't planning on coming back until like maybe 2027, if even. But I was already gonna head out. You feel me? So I was blasé in the first step of the rendezvous. You feel me? So that is what it is. But these individuals, what I did out there caused a ripple all over the face of the globe. You feel me? So it is what it is. But they ended up, right, getting cut off out there. Getting cut off. That was a wrap. Those officers that ran from California, they linked up with the same individuals. So when I was out there, I let them know, like, look, homeless people don't dress like this out here. They dress different everywhere. These individuals dress and talk the same, just messy, tacky. So I let them know, like, look, when they came out, that's when SARS disease came out here. That's when COVID came out here. But see, they got linked to those officers that they all in each other's phone, asking each other for favors and all this other weird stuff, right? So it is what it is. These indictments is finna wrap everything up more than they can possibly ever imagine. You feel me? But it's so good for y'all and up from the government on down to, you know, us on the street. You feel me? It's good. So that was that vision. Basically, don't turn back until it's over. Now that it's over, the third group, the third part of the group, basically the only ones that's left is the ones that wanted to tattletale on somebody, and then the ones that was greedy. So they always talking about, you know, they want to lock somebody up, they want this, they want that, but they want somebody to spend something and all this other. Like, you'll hear the greed, you'll hear the envy, and you'll hear the hatred. You get what I'm saying? So after what I did, it basically, you know, changed the laws. Because they changed the way the departments function. It changed the way, and then everybody, they literally tracked everybody that I've been with, because if I cannot age, I cannot die, then also those people are tracked as the same thing. And our country needs to know about every immortal that's on this country. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm even shining it on everybody. So we already know what Isaiah chapter 60 is. Do you get what I mean? So that's no doubt about that. And I do that freely out of the comfort of my own heart, because I'm a Leo to the core of it. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do because obviously it's the right thing to do. You feel me? So all the stuff that I had to address, even on my social, is finna be used in court. Like, it's all about treason. And then it's all about eternal life as well. It's all about a lot of stuff. So just to wrap it up, like to sum it up, when y'all was having these dreams about there was a destruction and then there was people rising up, it's just telling you about the dead rising. Those who were living a life that council culture lived, they're not rising. I'm not allowing that to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? But Everybody's going to have their questions and everything else with the news and everybody when we get to those court processes. You feel me? Like, and we're already in. I'm like, literally, I'm almost done. Like, I maxed out on parole because I was chasing these around. So they're like, how they lie to each other. Oh, we're going to lock him up. We're going to do this. Like, no, they're not. I don't even got enough time, even right now, to do a violation. The court is already working with me because they already know I'm innocent. You feel me? Like, my arresting officers, they literally arrested me while they was under a federal investigation. So they already knew I was innocent. But like I said, I had to be innocent to go in there, because as soon as I went into prison, the whole prison system changed. And then a lot of wealthy people started advocating for innocent people. So do the math. I get locked up 2004, I'm 18 years old. 2005, I'm 19 years old. 2020, I'm upstate. I did 2 years in the county jail, LA County Jail. You feel me? So now I'm upstate. Do you get what I mean? I do a year in reception, fighting, beating on people, like whatever. Like, I'm whatever, right? So, but it is what it is. I had to get there. So from that time, you can start to see a lot of people started to advocate, started to speak up. You get what I mean? And it is what it is, because now everything's gonna be like, they're gonna get resentenced. They're gonna, like, they was talking to me about it. Like, look, when you get out, this is gonna happen. This is like, they already knew. All God children knows. You feel me? Like, they know. You feel me? So it is what it is. So I don't hide that. You feel me? Like, I don't have to. You feel me? Like, I'm not even interested in it. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. So some idiot said something not too long ago. You feel me? And just on a different topic about his homeboys. Somebody that I basically got rid of, right? So I'm in parole because these officers got caught up with it, sending these idiots to die. You feel me? So I quickly get on my John Wick tip. You feel me? And they rush out like, oh, and one of the parole dudes, he's like, oh man, put your hand behind your back, like. And I'm looking at him. I tell him no, because the dude, the whole time he was trying to pretend he was thug, he was smirking at the same time. And that's how they use these individuals, pretending. And then everybody knows about this dude now, that he was sitting back stalking, and then lying to these dudes. So why they're lying to them and getting rid of them at the same time, because all they're doing is dying. They're already hospice. You feel me? They're dying. So what they do is they keep lying, and then make believe all this other stuff until the truth comes out. Like, they're not doing that to dude. This is not happening. That was a hate crime. It's called discrimination. You feel me? Like, it was hatred. You feel me? So everybody just basically, like, they was doing their job. You know what I mean? I'm letting them know, like, look, this is all on camera. I'm finna subpoena this. Y'all already know. I'm done with this. Like, you get what I'm saying? So everybody's more happy because now everything that was trash is leaving the department. Now, I don't want nobody to take it out of content, but they can take it how they want to. Everybody within the government, because I got a military family, and I got family members in the government, and plenty of queens that's doing their thing, right? So y'all caught them in the mud, the feces, the urine, and the throw up, and happily playing with these nasty individuals, because that's what they identified with. This is the termination of a pig. You caught them right with the mud, with the dirty, the filth, and they didn't want to complain about their own filth, but they wanted to complain about sanitation. They wanted to complain about people that take care of their hair, that know how to take care of everything, that's attractive, that got this going for them. So they was envious. Do you know why cancel culture was the way they were? It's because I gave them the mark of the beast. Do you understand? So y'all are not suffering the way they are. So they permanently, and if you read Jude, you'll know what the smear campaign really was. If you read the book of Jude, it's only one book. You feel me? If you read Romans chapter 1, you'll understand why y'all seen them bent over around other men, but they wanted to hide behind y'all. Some of y'all. Do you get what I mean? So, the pandemic taught a lot of people a lot of things, like a lot of, financial intelligence, a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? Now the light of the world is here and showing y'all plainly what it is. And everybody is on everything. You feel me? It is what it is. But we're in a court process, and I let it be known, like, look, like, they're funding us. When somebody tells you they're suing you, they're doing this, that's not the time to come around them, period, or pop off at the mouth or try to provoke them anyway. You're just violating penal codes, and at the same time, you're giving them more money. Now imagine when they got caught up for listening to badges, and these badges got caught up by the other badges, the real ones. And they see how scary they are. That now they caught up with instigating the protest, then coming out pretending that they're doing. It's the same thing everybody already said. Now what happens when you have state to state saying the same damn thing, and then you got one individual out of the whole country that's very direct? Look, this, that. I'm the one individual. Do you get what I mean? That's why I tell y'all, like, look, I want y'all to think. We getting ready to hit the court. Y'all getting ready to get chipped out. Getting chipped out. And then our country's getting ready to boom in technology. Boom in technology, because we also got atonement. Our movement alone is finna cause eternal life and world peace. The last time this earth has seen world peace is with King Solomon. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just my bloodline. Do you get what I mean? So it's a humbling stage, but I'm more eager to get to court, because I don't like nobody that's gonna run around town saying they need somebody to explain. And when you address them head on, they run like diarrhea out of their own bottle, and run. Or anybody that calls themselves doing anything but what I'm doing is finna get all those street niggas, and I'm gonna say it like that, out of jail that they sat back pretending they was, but they was ratting on them, because everybody now seeing them running up and down the street playing with officers talking about they want to tell on me. And they ain't telling on a damn thing, because everything that they could possibly say, everybody already knows, from the government on down. And then they've been repeating the same damn thing, so I know what death stages are. Do you get what I mean? So it's more hilarious than anything, but at the same time, it's like, this is a lesson for everybody. Watch out for the quiet ones. Stop, don't do this, don't do that. And then there's the unity that's already happening when we come together and protest. We're not gonna have nobody interrupt us anymore. We're not even gonna have to protest anymore. We're the last major lawsuits this country is finna see, and then the dollar bill is finna go right back up, jump sky high rocket. Everybody's getting their inclusion. This is what happens when you got somebody that is speaking against everything to do with treason, and it led back to the Klan. Just like I said it to the parole, like, you know, I was laughing at, like, look at my pictures when I went in. I was 18. Look at my pictures when I went in. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is I probably got buffer. I probably hair got long, and then I cut it, and then you got all the stages right there. But I haven't aged. Do you get what I mean? Like, and it's the obvious. You feel me? Tomorrow, haven't aged. You feel me? So it is what it is. So their tantrums and everything like that, that has nothing to do with your visions or your dreams. That has nothing to do with your life. So for y'all that's on y'all grounds, keep it that way. Keep it that way. Just a little enlightenment for this Wellness Wednesday. You feel me? Like, and y'all have a good night. But just to elaborate on these important times, you know what I mean? Like, just that, because all they had to do was pay attention to Isaiah, and it would have told them, like, look, you don't want to have this plague on you. All you had to do was go state evidence with the feds. Stop acting like you're treason against our country. Stop acting like you're a threat towards women and children. Stop acting like you're trying to entertain the wrong individuals. And you wouldn't have been suffering like that. You feel me? So it is what it is. But we finna really get it going. You feel me? So, yeah. So that y'all know. You feel me? Like, and for y'all, for the one that made that video, now you know. You feel me? Like, you don't have to, well, you can use the terminology, you know, the rapture, but don't misinterpret what it is. Because in Matthew chapter 24, it says it too. All of these things is going to happen, and be careful that nobody deceives you and all this other stuff, which they can't do anyway. Y'all can't, the light is out. So it is what it is. It's around, it's on earth. So it is what it is. So picture this. It also says, but see to it that you are not alarmed, because the end is not yet. Do you get what I mean? Like, do you know what 1,000 years is? That's 10 centuries. That means that's 100 years 10 times around. Do you get what I mean? So no, when they're gone, so is death and so is disease. Think about atonement. When I'm telling you, that means nobody in wheelchairs, nobody with scars, tattoos. Do you get what I mean? None of that. No problems. Replenish. Clear skin, radiant. And if you don't know what radiant is, it means glowing.